Welcome to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson, my co-host Aurelio Martinez. On this episode, we're graced with the presence of two of our competitors on the Friday night, August 31st, Airtight Boxing Reload show, promoted by area promoter Steve Mestis from the House of Pain Boxing Club. And to my left, here we have Alfred Tornado Romero, and to my immediate left, well, to my far left, I should say, Aurelio's right, we have Pablo Gomez. You guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Aurelio, let me let you start. I know that you wanted to have you had a couple of questions for these guys. As everybody already knows, I promote all of our Denver and Colorado boxers, so I'm biased. I have no problem in saying that. But Aurelio tries to be the voice of reason.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve. I'm glad to have these two fighters on the show. You know, I'm an old Denverite myself. Been back, and one thing about Colorado, just like other states like New Mexico and Wyoming and Utah, they don't get the recognition of the fighters that are competitive and out there struggling to make a living, but give their heart and soul into the fight. There's a lot of good fighters in these states, but if you're not from California or New York, you don't get the limelight that you do on the ESPNs and the Showtime and stuff. But we want everyone to know that we have the quality fighters. Like in our last segment, we talked to Manny. You know, you got Los Franco, and here you got two fighters here that are outstanding fighters, and they'll be fighting Friday night, and that's at Red and Jerry's, right?
Correct.
Red and Jerry's, and always an exciting show. It was full sold out, full house, promoted by Airtight, Steve Mestis. So we're looking forward to having a good fight, and we want to talk to you a little bit. Let's start with Pablo. Pablo, yes. Tell us a little bit about your fight and who you're fighting. And
I'm fighting a 4-rounder. The original opponent backed out for his own reasons, so the new opponent has less ring experience, but in my opinion, he's a tougher fighter. I've seen him fight before. He has a starting, you know, he's just starting off just like myself.
Well, Pablo, but just one second. That would be Daniel Calzada that you're just speaking of.
No, he was fighting Anthony Weir, right?
I was scheduled to fight Anthony Weir, but
I'm sorry. Yes, and who is it that you're fighting now?
I'm fighting Fino Soltero.
Okay.
The best to the best of my knowledge, he's a fighter in general. He's an MMA fighter. He has experience fighting MMA. He's been doing boxing. This is going to be his second boxing match, I believe. He's a tough guy. I seen him fight couple of shows ago. I seen him fight on a local show. He went 4 rounds, and he rocked his opponent a couple of times, and he just kept stalking his opponent around the ring. He's a straightforward, strong guy, tough. And I guess I'll have to wait till Friday to see exactly how hard he hits, but I plan on hitting him hard myself. I like to hit hard, and I like to bang.
That's the name of this game. In boxing, I like to tell all my young guys and think, if you think you're not going to get hit, you're in the wrong sport. This is boxing, okay? I don't care how good you are, you're going to get hit. So that happens. Anthony Weir, if I'm not mistaken, he's an undefeated fighter. Any clue as to why he backed out of the fight, or did he? Any reason given to Steve or anyone?
The purported reason was that he wasn't able to make the weight, and he had enough time to train. But I think from the onset of talks of us matching up with each other, I think it was sufficient time enough for him to get in the gym and be training. And I don't see how a person will go about matching up fighters or matching themselves up to fight at a certain date without already being in the gym. I think, in this sport, you got to live in the gym, especially if you're going to really be true to the game and fight. Fights come up within 2-3 days notice. And if you're in the gym living your life how you should, you'll be ready to go. And yeah, I don't want to get into bad mouthing people. I have my own opinions about it, but his reason was that he couldn't make the weight and he didn't have time to train. So on to the next.
Well, then let's give kudos to Fino for stepping up and being. It's what we call being a professional, fellas. Okay. That's what it is. If you're gonna be, if you're gonna be a professional, you have to be ready to go. when opportunity presents itself, you got to be ready to go. So
now, how did this affect your training? Because you usually you train for one person, and I know between you and Anthony Weir, it's been it's a match that's been talked about for some time now, a couple of years, and you finally had it. So you were training for him, and all of a sudden that follows through, and you get Fino coming in. How did that affect your training? Did you have to change? Do you know anything about Fino?
Training wise, I think for me, it really changed my emotional state. I really want to get in there and beat up Anthony Weir. I want to fight him. I want to fight anybody really at that point. So, but to be fixated on one opponent, and then have the chance of not fighting at all when you're out there promoting yourself, you're promoting the show. Like Steven said, it's unprofessional to a certain degree for you to change up like that, and just trying to maintain my own professionalism. In the gym, up and down emotionally. Some days I'll be like, why am I even in the gym? Why am I even going if I don't have an opponent? But luckily, thanks to Steve Messis, he's a good promoter, and he's able to find me another opponent. And this new opponent, like I said, it's an upgrade for myself. It's good. It's a tougher opponent. I've seen him fight. I'm not impressed with his boxing skills, but I have to be careful myself and really focus on boxing. Like I said, I like to go in there and hit hard and bang, but that's not the name of the game all the time. Eventually you have to exhibit some boxing skills. So being that I'm going to have a tough opponent who likes to go in there and bang, I'm going to have to focus on boxing and then just fight my best.
Now, you say you're focusing on boxing. I mean, that seems like that would probably be the right strategy, because Fino, doesn't he come from a MMA background?
Yeah.
Okay, so MMA background, obviously, he's going to want to slug it out. I mean, you would think that would be his chance of winning a fight by slugging it out, because MMA background, they don't have the ring generalship that a boxer has. So, I mean, is this going to be different for you? Because I know you like to bang it out. You like to go in there and just bang. I mean, let's go. Who's going to... But, I mean, it changes now where you're going to say, okay, I'm going to box him a little bit and bide my time. And then when it's time, I'll go in for the kill.
Yeah. My own personal experience, I'm fairly new to the game as well. I'm still developing my boxing skills. Physically, though, the physical talents that I have, strength being one, somewhat speedy, and I think my heart and my mentality are really my main tools. I'm a fighter at heart, and I'm trying to make that transition into a more skilled boxer. I see guys like Alfred, Rob Franco, Manny Perez, Manuel Lopez, even being a pro debuter. These guys are really skilled boxing-wise. I'm trying to emulate some of that in my own game. When it comes to Fino Sotero, I think that's my advantage. I have such skilled boxers to study, to train around, and I have skilled trainers as well helping me get where I need to be. So hopefully I'll go out there and put on a good boxing, a show of exhibition and skills, boxing skills. Anybody could get in there and just swing their hardest to hit the fences. It takes skill to hit the ball. That's what I'm gonna try to do.
Oh, good, Steve. You see, Steve, that's going to be a very good fight, and it's all going to lead up to the main event.
Yes.
Okay, and when we talk about the main event, like Pablo just mentioned, he's in the gym with skilled fighters, with fighters where he's learning, he's working with them, and that rubs off, and it actually makes someone coming into the game a better fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we have one of the main event
competitors
right here with us in Alfred. Okay,
yeah.
So why don't you kind of lead us into the tornado here?
All right, Alfred Tornado, not the tornado. Alfred Tornado Romero. Okay, Alfred is another one of the guys. We last talked when we had Rob Frankel in one time, and then we had Manny Perez the last show that we did, and both of them had mentioned Alfred as one of the guys that where you guys have this camaraderie amongst each other, where whether you're on the card coming up or not, everyone helps another one get ready. So I know this has got to be a little bit different where you guys are kind of all on the card, where everybody, but talk a little bit about your focus, Alfred, getting ready for this fight. And I jumped ahead when I was talking to Pablo a little bit when I mentioned the name Daniel Calzado, because that is the opponent of Alfred Romero on Friday night at Red and Jerry's.
Well, start off with, we're fighting the main event against Daniel Calzado, fighting at 137. We're doing a 7-round fight. I mean, my focus on the fight, you know, I train hard, you know, no matter what, whether I have a fight or not. I stay steady in the gym, always willing to learn. Just like Pablo said, you know, I got the surroundings around me of, excuse me, of amongst talented fighters, you know, and I never stopped learning, never stopped picking up, you know, different techniques, different moves, different punches, and just like Pablo, you know, I like to fight, I like to bang too, you know, but you know, this fight, you know, definitely it's a 7-rounder. I'm gonna have to pace myself a little bit. Try not to let it turn into too much of a slugfest at first, and try and box this guy's ears off, you know, right at the beginning.
Yeah, and that's what you have to be careful of. You know, it's automatic. You know, since this is your second main event, you understand that nervous adrenaline, that excitement. You know, that can get you caught up and you go too crazy in the early rounds, and you don't have that stamina left to go in the end. But I know Rob specifically and Manny, when we last talked, they both said that you guys have been working on that, you know, on pacing yourself as the rounds increase, and they have more. I can tell you, they have probably more confidence in you than you have in yourself.
They probably do, you know,
and that's good,
and that's good because I do have a lot of confidence in myself as well. You know,
yes.
Without that, without strong mentality, you know, I'll just be setting myself up for defeat.
Now,
and to hear that from my team, you know, that even makes it that much better. You know,
that's great. And you know, I know that you're now on a 3-fight win streak. You're hoping to make it 4 after Friday night. What do you see? And I know it's never good to look ahead, but hey, that's what we all do.
Oh,
we
yeah,
all look
of course.
ahead.
Yeah.
What do you see in the future for yourself? And I'm just saying in the immediate future. Say that after this fight, if it, you know, goes the way that you want it to go. And don't give me the pat answer of everyone where they say, well, it's left up to Steve Mestis.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see things go?
You know, I don't know who he has lined up for me, or, you know, I mean, I try not to think, but yeah, of course, you know, everyone thinks ahead. You know, without a plan, you know, you only get so far.
Exactly.
So, you know, planning my future after this fight, you know, whoever my next opponent is, you know, I train hard, and hopefully I could just keep stepping up until I get a shot at, you know, some title.
And one thing that everyone here knows, because I talk about it all the time, both Pablo and Alfred are part of what I call the Road Warriors. They have no problem taking their show on the road. We talked in depth with Manny about that, and that's one of the things that he, along with myself and Aurelio, we all agree that is what a true champion is made of. It's easy to bring opponents into your backyard, but it takes that heart and that commitment and that drive to go into someone else's backyard and really show what your mettle is. That's where it is.
Yeah.
And these guys have no problem doing that. Either one of these guys.
No.
Just real quick, something that Aurelio and I always like to do, and we skipped that with Pablo, but we'll get back to that with you in a second, Pablo. Alfred, let all of our people, our viewers and listeners, let them know a little bit about your family life. If you have any children, if you're married, give them a little bit insight into a little background for Alfred Romero.
Family life. I mean, I take a lot of pride in my family. We have strong values. I have 4 children, a beautiful wife, beautiful kids as well. I have a 14-year-old son, Patrick, 8-year-old daughter, Jaylene, 7-year-old son, Angel, and a 4-year-old boy, Gabriel. My lovely wife, Elizabeth. You know, we're strong. We're doing good, staying focused. My family is basically my foundation to everything that I'm doing in life. They're the ones that I keep in my soul, keep in my heart, and push me in that gym, you know, to keep moving forward. You know, it's hard for a lot of people, you know, they use boxing, you know, or even fighting as an outlet, but my best days come when I have good days at home. You know, my worst days are if, you know, you have a bad day at home and I'm not a good performer in the gym. So you know, it's kind of a little different for me. You know, I come from a good family, pretty big family, and I mean, other than that, you know.
Are you from Denver?
I'm from Denver.
Denver?
Yes, I was born out in Denver. I lived in California for a part of my life.
Okay.
You know, so I've pretty much been back and forth from here to there. I've lived out here for the last 12 years now, and you know, this is where I've, you know, decided to stay and just build my life. And
but you're allowed.
build a family.
We're gonna allow you because that's what we are. All four of us here, we're Denver natives.
Oh yeah.
That's something we're proud of. We're
Yeah.
Denver natives.
That's right.
You know, before we go back to Pablo and you talk to Pablo, you might think that's unique where you said about how, you know, bad day, if it's bad at home, it's bad in the gym. That's exactly what Manny Perez said. That's exactly what Rob Franco says.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what Pablo says. You know, things when all your surroundings are good, your performance is good.
Right.
You can't
Yeah.
have any distraction because it affects you in the ring. Okay, just to let you know. Aurelio, y'all let you go back with Pablo.
I mean, speaking on that topic, it does. You know, I boxed for 10 years myself. You guys were little kids when I boxed. Okay? I boxed for 10 years, and that's
He wore the leather helmet.
And that's
is that right?
Yeah, it looked like a football helmet.
Yeah, I remember seeing you. I saw some footage of you, 35 millimeter.
But anyway, that's so true, Alfred. Mentally, if you're not having a good day at home or even at work or anything, if something's on your mind where you can't go and focus, that's how it turns out in the gym.
Yeah.
And so it's so important that you have the support of your wife and family. And obviously, I know I don't even have to ask you because your wife and little Gabriel's out here. They came with you, so that was good to see. When you have support at home, trust me, you just everything goes smoothly. I know
it does.
I mean, and I think anyone out there that boxes knows that, right?
Sure.
Pablo, what about yourself? Are you you married? You got kids? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you available? I mean, you know, people out there looking, they might want to get a hold of this man, you know. So let's let them know, okay?
No, not at all. I'm single. No kids, no wife. My family pretty much consists of my brother and my father. It's been that way since I was, you know, a young boy, 4 years old. I'm pretty much a lone soldier at it right now. You know, this is all from my heart. Like I said, I'm a fighter at heart. I don't care if anybody's supporting me or not. I'm gonna keep fighting. That's my take on it. And you know, I see Rob Franco, I see Manny Perez, I see Alfred in there with their family, and it's just so beautiful, you know, to have that support structure, and something I admire because I see how it bolsters their confidence and it bolsters their performance in the gym, and it's something that I wouldn't mind having myself, but my present circumstances, I'm a lone soldier. Like Steven mentioned, I look forward to becoming a road warrior and proving myself on the road. You know, without getting too far ahead of myself, I'm gonna be successful Friday night. Go out there and fight hard. Take my act on the road and see where it gets me. You know, I'm pretty much my main supporter. My father and my brother support me. You know, aside from that though, it's all me. It's a one-man show.
Beautiful.
I think you know, when it comes to fighting, in the end, you know, your trainer's not in there with you. Your corner man's not in there with you. Your cut man's not in there with you. Your family's not in there with you. They're in your heart, most definitely. But in the end, it's you in there facing another person. I like those odds. You know, I like the odds of facing another person and you know, everybody just putting their best foot forward and see who comes out victorious. That's my take on it. And I look forward to the next few years being that way as well.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't think you can put it in any
That's what I'm talking
words.
about.
I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. But I do want to correct you. You said, you know, you basically, and I know what you meant when you said it, but for our viewers, when you said, I'm my only supporter. man, you have no idea the supporters that you have.
Oh, you got
And
the
that's
303 behind you.
I'm trying to tell you, and I can tell you this from having spoken on numerous occasions to everyone involved in you guys' team, the House of Pain team, and
Yeah.
and I know how you guys. It's amazing how when they get ready for fights, they call themselves like for this fight. You know, it's team Gomez, it's team Romero, and then when Manny's fight is team Perez. Even though they're
That's
all
right.
House of Pain guys, they rally amongst each other in full support, and that's something that is. I don't know if it happens with other, teams or not, but I know it happens here in Denver, Emmanuel Stewart. This is what we do. This is how we roll, and our guys are going to put on a great show. I'm encouraging everyone to come out Friday night to Red and Jerry's. That's on Oxford and Santa Fe in Sheridan, Colorado. The doors open at 6:30, I believe. The first fight starts at 7:30, and you will see quality competition from. In this case, we'll have mostly Denver natives, but Colorado boxers specifically who are committed to being competitive and they've got their heart and soul into what they do.
You know, I got a question, Alfred, for you, because I've seen you fight before, and I'm impressed. Okay, I'm impressed, and that's coming from another fighter that's fought for 10 years of his life. Usually, you come out and you make a statement right away, and I tend to like that. Most fighters, as they get up in higher in the ladder on the plateau, the first and second round usually are filling out rounds and stuff like that. And what I've seen of you is you actually come in and you make a statement. And what I like about that is right off the bat, it makes the fight go your way. You start to dictate the fight. Now you're fighting a fighter that's a little more experienced, a little more up in as far as quality. Is that still going to apply, or what do you see as far as your training?
I think it is. I set myself on different game plans. Generally, me and Steve, we work on, we do our homework. We work on whatever. He teaches me, shows me what to do. But to tell you the truth, when that bell rings, I go with that feeling that's right behind me. And I don't forget about everything that we've worked on. I think that just starts coming naturally. But first 30 seconds of that fight, that I do. I tend to come off strong and let my opponent know that hey, this is
a fight.
This is a fight. We could be friends before. We could say what's up before. We could talk afterwards.
Yep.
But for that 7 rounds, 4 rounds, or whatever the rounds may be, it's business. And it'd probably be the same way.
Good.
I don't really feel myself pacing myself too much. And like I said, I've worked really hard for this. All of us in the gym have worked hard for this, and I'm conditioned to do a 7-rounder or even a 10-rounder for that matter.
I look forward to seeing the fight, Steve. I look forward to seeing this fight, this card. The cards that are coming to that are being put on in Denver are just great cards. They're you usually think they're club fights, but these are not club fights. These are quality, good fights that people enjoy. I've been there. It's full house, and it's been there. Mm-hmm. Steve, you got anything for Pablo before we give him the information?
No, just that Pablo knows. He already knows. That's my boy. I'm looking for him to do his thing. He knows that, just as Alfred knows that every fight they have from now on is a fight that they have no idea who could possibly be looking at them. The ultimate goal for all of these guys is to get on the fight card in Vegas, where you can get a shot for anyone to see you, where it can lead to bigger and better things. And exposure is what it's all about. Everyone that watches our Inside Boxing Throwdown, when we have opportunity to interview guys like yourselves who we know, like I said earlier, are committed to boxing and want to do the best that you can and be the best you can be. That's what it's all about. And I'm just proud of these guys. I have no problem in letting them know that I'm proud of them. The mere fact that both Pablo and Alfred were both so highly spoken from Rob and Manny both. I mean, they would just rave about you guys. So that in itself is enough to let most of our
Yes.
Oh yeah,
viewers know.
and the feeling behind that's mutual. And all of us, including Pablo. Pablo's been he's really been working hard for this. I've been working hard for this, and of course, we feed off each other.
Good.
So.
Now for tickets, you can't miss this fight. It's going to be Friday night at Red and Jerry's, like Steve mentioned. For ticket information, do you got the number for ticket information?
No, but I know ticket information. You'll contact Steve Mestis, I would imagine.
Okay, but you can also get your tickets from Pablo himself or from Alfred. Okay, so you want to give me any information on how to pick up tickets?
Does they have a contact number? Do you like someone to call
Are
you?
you on Facebook or number?
Facebook,
Whatever you want
yeah,
to do. Whatever you want to do.
You could just contact me 720-401-1250.
Just say that again slowly.
720-401-1250 for tickets.
And Pablo?
And Pablo, wait a minute. Because he's going to get all the calls from the girls. He's going to get all the calls from the girls because we know he's single now, okay? So girls, get your pencil. Listen up. How they call you for tickets?
All right, you can reach me at 720-404-8438 for tickets. You can hit me up on Facebook also, Pablo Gomez. It's pretty simple to spell. I'm not gonna go through the spelling. I'm on Facebook. That's how I try to network and promote myself as well as the show. So
that number again, slowly.
720-404-8438.
There you have it, guys. Steve, this is going to be a fantastic card. I can't wait to be there. I tell you, I just can't wait. I mean, I've seen them both fight before. It's just something where you want to go. The excitement in the crowd. You can't lose. You're gonna have good fights. There's some good women in the audience too, man. So you guys out there, go out there, man. It's a nice place to be. So, Steve, with that, we can end this segment and
yes,
look forward to this fight.
Oh, without a doubt, looking forward to the fight. In our next segment, we will have a brief interview with Manuel Demarius Lopez III, who is making his pro debut. Both these guys are very well familiar with little Manuel, and you guys, just real quickly before we go, your impression of Manuel.
Manuel's a great fighter. I have a lot of confidence in his performance, and I'm predicting a win on his half. He's strong, he's consistent. Not only give too much up, but, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think Manuel's gonna perform well. I think he's gonna do a good job. Awesome. And just like everybody else, I'm looking forward to see his debut. His debut that night as well. So
Pablo,
I'm impressed with Manuel as well. I'm familiar with Manuel from some years back. I don't know how old he was, 14, 15. I used to see his father bring him in the gym and just start to bring him along and train him, and then I seen him in the gym just recently after all these years, and he's explosive. He throws with power. He goes in there and he looks to impose himself on his opponent. His dad trains him like the Terminator. I was talking with him about that the other day. He's like, man, my dad pushes me. And that's a good thing, Manuel. If you see this, I have confidence in him. I'm predicting a win on his part, and I can't wait to see him fight.
There you go. Well, listen, guys, we're going to see you on Friday, and like always on Inside Boxing Throwdown. Until then, until next time, keep them hands up.
Keep them up.